What's going on, everyone? Boss here again. This time we're here for One Piece 1097. Last time we finally met after all these episodes. Dr. Vegapunk, the best brain in the world, as the subtitle said. So there was that. That was interesting to see. And he has warp abilities. The power of science is crazy, right? But only to find out that we heard from Shaka that you know this science is cool and all, but it's actually from the past. So there's more mystery that we have now for things that happened in the past. We see this giant robot, and it looks pretty old and dilapidated. But we'll see what is all going on here because as we get into these arcs, there's always mystery, and you meet the new characters and all these circumstances, and it's really one of my favorite parts of One Piece. Of when we get to a new island and diving into it. So as we're diving into this, we're seeing a lot of interesting stuff, especially with a character that's been alluded to for so long in the series. So I can't wait to see what happens next. Even though I do know what happens next because I read the manga, but you get what I mean. So without further ado, let's jump into this episode. Oh, horror episode? Oh yeah, for real. We did get a little bit of this in last episode. That's a crazy character design, isn't it? Ooh! There he is. Looks a little different from what we saw in last episode. But victory for Ohara. It's emotional, but man. But we see Vegapunk, full head of hair, and giants. So the researcher for Ohara were able to save a lot of the books. Seeing these characters. Yo, it's funny how he thinks he's hiding, yo. Yeah, that's a very distinctive head. Oh, look at this guy. Cool kid in class. Monkey D. Dragon. And he's only 10 years older than Dragon. Both of them brought flowers. Strange man with bandages all over. Okay, hey, look at that silhouette. Actually, I think that's more than they showed in the manga. Maybe. Oh, Dragon offered him to join. See, you got no money, bro. Cash talks. Yo, look at his head, man. Literally head and shoulders above the rest. Oh, I hit you hard, Dragon. Okay. Alright, Dragon. Dance the world. Alright. Then you got the epic drumming beat. Okay, the start of the Revolution Army. Kuma Ivankov. Yeah, he's so passionate. Elbaf, everybody's picking up on their little details. Oh, Vegapunk went to Elbaf? Okay. They met the man in bandages. Yo, that silhouette is wild. They didn't. It was not that. Was it that clear in the manga? Oh, he said, I know. Here it is, Robin. Asking the real questions. A lot of real questions to be asked, though. I don't remember them saying that he was the captain of the Giants in the manga. Saul. That is crazy. That is crazy, man. Saul the Jaguar. That's beautiful, Robin. Did she do the little did she? And the Vegapunk kept a secret. Ah, mobile. Oh, what you gotta do to my boy like that? Okay. This man Luffy figured out how to fly, even though he already knows how to fly. You're like Sanji, like yourself. Or he meant like Osoba mask. Yeah, that his head is way different. Cut his own head off. Just that is wild, man. Put your tongue in your mouth. Nomi nomi no. Nomi human. That's crazy. Your brain pushes the side of your head out. The brain is still growing. The apple's antenna. That whole top of the island is his brain storage. Oh, there you go. Trigger words for Chopper. Is he taller than Jimmy or is it because he's in the foreground? Oh, yeah, clone jutsu. Okay, give an explanation. Good and calm, Shaka. Evil Lilith. Edison's the inventor, of course. Douglas is always thinking, alright. Inquisitive mind. Alice is to be violent. That's a crazy job. And they eat, poop, and sleep. York. Okay, so they sync everything up. Oh. Can you imagine sharing all his knowledge with everybody in the world? It's like Google. And then if everybody can put it back in, what? Internet, crazy. You know, with all humanity synced in, there's all kind of foolishness that's gonna be in there too. Luffy's brain gets synced up to it. All about meat. He said, "Don't worry about this stuff, bro. Let's just advance science. We worry about the other stuff later." This is laugh. Pepe. Oh, Lightsaber time. She's like, do it now, change her. Oh! Yeah, it tracks insects. So you see why I failed. Oh no, the insects look evil. But he's showing them. Oh, his crew, the rest of the crew. Of course he caught the Beetle. Oh, defeated by insects. Momo, the pink dragon. Vegapunk, we already knew that. Vegapunk created the Devil Fruit Momo 8. Oh yeah, hey, the failure, massive failure. It's pink. It's pink. Oh no. Oh, he said, move this robot. 200 years ago, attacked Mary Jo. Okay. Cuckoo. Alright. Am I pulling up? Oh, it's new. Okay. She did take over last time. Okay, so they're doing it. So it's gonna switch every now and then. Okay, we got dragon info. They mentioned that he don't look like. Is that something you should take note of? Alright, that was this week's episode of One Piece. We got more of a formal introduction to Vegapunk. You know, we got him talking and explaining what he saw in Ohara. They saved all the books. It was a victory for Ohara. He also met up with Dragon, who they seem to have some history with each other. And, you know, later that year, after the incident of Ohara, is when Dragon formed the Revolutionary Army. So we got that. Him, Ivankov, and Kuma. So that was a good, interesting, you know, lore to learn about them. The Giants collected the books that were saved by the Scholars of Ohara, and they were led by a man in bandages who Robin was like, "Wait, that's Saul, isn't it?" And then Shaka was like, "He's in hiding." So, so all these years, even in the One Piece world, it's been a lot of years since then. But even for us as viewers who've been watching it for a while, it's like, dang, this man has been alive. Okay. And then of course it was nice to see, you know, Robin. You know, she was emotional but happy that somebody that meant a lot to her survived. So that was cool to see. We also we saw in the past, Vegapunk had he was literally built different. His head was crazy. Whoa, pause. The shape of his head was crazy, and he cut it off. And so now he's uploaded to like a brain storage. He has clones to do 6 people's worth of work. Their brains sync up, and he's like, imagine if all the information that I have stored up can be transmitted to others, or it can ship back. And, you know, Jinbei's like, wouldn't that be a problem with a whole bunch of different ideals and ideologies coming together? And Vegapuk's like, let's just invent science. So that's kind of the way he thinks. He's willing to work with the world government because they have more money to supply for his research and the things he wants to do. Instead of, you know, he had the opportunity to join Dragon, but he was like, you're poor. I can't do anything with it. No matter how smart I am, I can't do anything with that. So you kind of get an idea of how he thinks, and you see how Bunny's upset with him still, you know, to fix her dad. And then we see absolutely the end of the episode that there's people incoming to kill Vegapunk, which is pretty crazy because he's pretty important to the world government, and he has the brain fruit. So I guess that would transfer to somebody else. So if he dies, I wonder what would happen to all the information. Does everything reset, or is as long as there's one clone there, everything's good? As long as the storage is there, someone could access it at a later point, even if they all died. That's something to watch out for in the future as well. But yeah, we're continuing on through the Egghead Island arc here now. It's very interesting. Got a lot of lore stuff, a lot of things that were set up a long time ago, but we're getting answers to now, or setting up more, getting more set up for other stuff. So we'll see what happens next. So until then.